Church of Christ, they don't want to hear the truth.
Yes, sir.
The truth is real and hell is real.
Yes, sir.
And this world is going to fade away one day.
That's right.
And it won't be too long.
Yeah.
No one knows the day, the hour, the minute, the second when he's coming back.
Come on.
So you gotta get right. Because if you ain't right, you need to start getting right.
Yes.
Because I grew up in Trinity Garden right here. I was terrible. Is that right, Brother Calvin? I was something else. But the one thing about it, with Eric, Calvin, Diane, Brian, when they see me doing something wrong, they go tell one of my brothers and sisters, go tell my mom.
Yeah.
They go tell my mom, and then back then, Eric will pop you upside your head and tell you, boy, I'm finna go tell your mom. Because Eric knew my mama had a pot of beans and rice on, he was coming to eat. He was coming to eat. All right. 3 times a week she had a pot of beans and rice on back then. And he knew that mama would open the door for anybody. But one thing about it is, my mom is not a member of the church. My father passed away, he wasn't a member of the church. I'm a member of the church today because of my wife and her family.
Well, come on now.
Because one day I visited the grandmother's house. I'm all off my message. I visited the grandmother's house. Miss Lorraine Melton. And you come over there, she'll feed you. But about 5:15, 5 o'clock, it's time for her to get ready to go back to eating and sex.
Yes.
She'll feed you. But you're going to have to get up out of there. One day she asked me, you going to go to church? I put it off that week, but I came back to eat them greens and fried chicken and cornbread and macaroni and cheese. And next week, I say, I'm going. So I went right over to East Houston and I heard that wonderful songs and hymns and spiritual songs.
Yes,
and a preacher by Brother Curtis McKelvey.
Come on now.
And I was wondering, man, they don't have no instruments of music, just like in the Baptist church.
Well.
And I asked the question, Mark Melton. I say, why did you say, you got it. God bless you with your instrument.
That's right.
We sing and make melody to the Lord. We don't need all that boom, bang, bang up in the church to get your feelings all caught up. That's something to get you all caught up to make you give money. He said that just it stirs your spirit all messed up and crazy. But today, this morning, if y'all looking for a message text, thank you, Brother Brandon, for that fine way you read that scripture.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Never back down. And I put in parentheses, God.
Wow.
I'm going to be talking about some men in the Bible this morning.
Okay.
Daniel and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to start with Daniel.
Yes, ma'am.
Daniel was a governor
Yeah.
under King Darius.
Yeah. Come on now.
King Darius liked Daniel. Daniel did everything according. But let me tell you something. When you're doing stuff right, there's always a couple in the back plotting on you.
Yeah.
When you're going on these jobs and you get elevated above everybody else, they're going to go into the back room and they're going to plot against you like they plotted against Daniel.
That's true.
So Daniel, he say, okay then, I'm King Darius, I'm going to put you over a whole realm. And over him too.
There you go.
And they got jealous. So they say, hey, we can't find no fault in him. He's not doing nothing wrong. Everything he's doing is right. But what we can do is we can get King Darius to make a decree.
Yeah.
What kind of decree? We're going to make a decree that if you worship any man or anything other than the king, we would throw you in the lion's den. And them rascals, they knew that Daniel, every day in Daniel 6 and 10, somebody get for me Daniel 6 and 10. Daniel 6 and 10, they knew Daniel was a praying man. Huh? You got to say, go start with me, Bush.
Now when Daniel knew that the writing was signed.
The writing, hold on, bro. The writing was signed. King Darius already signed the order already. And he knew that it was not going to benefit him at all. So he said, go ahead on.
He went into his house.
He went on, snuck up into his house.
His windows being open in his chamber toward Jerusalem.
He opened toward Jerusalem. He said, I know what I have to do now, y'all. I'm going to pray regardless. Go ahead on, Brother
He
Bush.
kneeled upon his knees.
Kneeling
3 times.
on his knees. How many times a day do we kneel on our knees and thank God every day
3
for
times
what
a
we
day.
going through? The troubled things we going through. These kids we going through. These wives we having trouble with. These parents we having trouble with. These folks on our job we having trouble with. Our health problems we having trouble with. How many times do you bend down on your knees and pray to God? Please sustain me for just a little while till you come back. Go ahead, Brother Bush.
He kneeled on his knees 3 times a day and prayed and gave thanks before his God,
Well,
as he did aforetime.
He did it a 4th time and he's still doing it. He didn't care about what King Darius had said. He said, whatever you gonna do, you gonna do. So now it all come to part. They sneak up on him, they see him pray. Then they run back to the king. They say, oh king, oh my king. Daniel, he ain't listening to what you saying. He don't care nothing about what you talking about. Whatever you written, he don't care. But King Darius he likes Daniel. He didn't want to do it to him. But they came back and say, whatever the king has made, it cannot be changed.
That's it.
Huh? It cannot be changed no matter what nobody say. Whatever order been there is there.
It's there.
It's going to be there. So he had to throw Daniel
In the line. In the line.
Yes.
Yes.
Read for me, brother Bush. Daniel 6:14-17.
Yes, sir. Then the king,
Then the king,
when he had heard these words,
when he had heard these words,
was sore displeased with
he
himself.
was so displeased. I don't want to do this to my servant Daniel. This man is working for me and he don't do nothing wrong. Everything he's doing is right. But this. Go ahead,
And he
Bush.
set his heart on Daniel to deliver him.
To deliver him to the light.
And he labored till the going down of the sun to deliver him.
Lord have mercy.
well,
But King Darius was so messed up, he couldn't even sleep that night. He normally have music playing. He normally just sleep comfortable. But he couldn't even sleep
well,
because he knew that it was wrong.
uh-huh.
Let me get to that chapter. I want to read it verbatim.
Take your time.
I want to read it verbatim.
That's all.
6:18-23. Now King went to his place and spent the night, fasting, no music before him, and also slept from him. Then King arose very early that morning and went in haste to the den. And he came to the den and cried out, Daniel, Daniel, the servant of the living God, has your God whom you serve continually been able to deliver you from out of the lions? And Daniel said to King, O King, I live forever. My God has sent an angel to shut the lion's mouth.
Come on, preacher. Right there.
How beautiful it is when you serve a God.
Come on.
But when you give him something,
Yeah.
what are you giving the Lord for he can come in and stop them lights from being cut off? When you got nothing in the refrigerator, he come and bless you, somebody come by and bring you something to eat. What have you done for him? Have you turned your back on him? Have you prayed to him? Have you told somebody about it? Are you that light on that job that shines that everybody say, hey, that's a child of God? When I walk in with my Bible now, I walk in with my Bible, you know what my workers say? It's 75 of them. They say, uh-oh, something wrong with him. I say, no, I'm just studying the word. Well, who he finna fire today? I say, y'all, I'm just preaching the word, y'all. I'm just studying my word. I'm not after anybody. But if you do something wrong out of way, and I have to protect my wife and my daughter, I'm going to fire you. I'm not going to jeopardize my wife and my daughter for you. And KD, now I got KD now. I can't jeopardize KD and my wife and my daughter for no one. So if you go and you do something wrong, I'm going to fire you. Yes, sir. I'm going to write that paperwork up fast and quick in a hurry. I don't play with that kind of stuff when it comes to my wife and my kid. My wife likes fine things. And my daughter spends a lot of money. They will break you.
That's all right, bro. Not like real.
But The moral of this story is, watch what happens.
Yes, sir.
Watch what happened to those two. The two governors that call themselves plotting against Daniel. Bush, get from me. Boy, I'm glad Bush showed up today. I needed him today. I needed my brother Bush today. Bush, get from me. Daniel 6, 24 through 30 through 27.
And the king commanded, and they brought those men which had accused Daniel.
You see what happened?
And
You
they
call
cast
yourself,
them.
hold on, Bush. You see what happened? Whenever you try to plot against somebody, right here in the church, you're talking about the preacher, you're talking about the elders, you're talking about the deacons, you're talking about their wives and kids. You better be careful. You got kids coming up, you got grandkids coming up. You better be careful.
Preach that.
All right now.
Okay, you better be careful because it'll come back on you.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Bush.
And the king commanded, they brought these men accused Daniel, and they cast them
Them
into the den of lions.
and they
Them, their children,
Uh-huh.
and their wives.
and they wives.
And the lions had the mastery of them, and break all their bones into pieces.
Ate them all.
Forever they came at the bottom of the den.
There you go. That's all I need, Bush. Let me tell you. Did they God come save them?
No.
Did they serve that God that came and shut the lion's mouth? Did they serve that God that opened up the Red Sea? Did they serve that God? Hey, man, you better be careful what you're doing and serve God.
Oh, yeah.
Everything else doesn't matter when it comes to Him. Give Him some time. Give Him some time, just a little while,
Yes, sir.
till I make it. Because eventually, He's going to make it. And when He come back, He's not coming back this time with water.
Oh, no.
He's not coming back with water. He's coming back with fire. And when He's sending it down, you remember Sodom and Gomorrah.
Take that hot.
They was doing so much evil in Sodom and Gomorrah that He said, can I find 30 people? Can I find 20? Can I find 10? Fine. Couldn't find nobody. He told Lot, you better get your people up out of here. But his wife, she was so anxious, she didn't want to leave that. Because they was lovers of themselves. Men loving men, women loving women. All kind of corruption.
Yeah.
But then, she want to turn and look back. Turn into a pillar of salt. You know why? She couldn't leave what was behind. Nobody that grabs that plow and looks backwards is fit for the kingdom of heaven. I don't care who you are. You could be my mama, my dad, and sister, brother. If you grab that plow and you keep looking back, you won't make it to heaven. There's no place for you.
Come on now.
That's Daniel. Yeah, I told you. Oh man, I'm late. We got one more. We're going to talk about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And this king called Nebuchadnezzar. Let me tell you something. He wanted people to worship him in a golden image.
Yeah.
But these three Hebrew boys said, I will not do it. I'm not going to worship your God, no matter what you do. I don't care. Get from me, Bush. Boy, I'm so happy Bush here. Get from me. 3:13-18, bro, Bush.
Yes, sir. Then Nebuchadnezzar,
Then
in
Nebuchadnezzar,
his rage and fury,
in his rage and fury,
commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Go ahead.
Then they brought these men before the king.
Yes, sir.
Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego?
Do you?
Do not ye serve my gods,
No, sir.
nor worship the golden image which I have set up.
Hey, that's enough.
Now if ye be ready,
That's enough, Bush. Now, if you be ready, at the sound of the harp, the trombone, whatever else he was had up in there, that whole orchestra.
cornet, flute,
Cornet, flute,
sackbut,
when you hear that, are you prepared to bend down on your knees and praise me and worship my golden image? What he said then? What them gods said then?
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king,
No.
O Nebuchadnezzar,
No.
we are not careful to answer this in this matter.
Amen.
If it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king.
Ain't that something special?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Even though they finna face death, they say, we rather go in the fiery furnace than worship you in this golden image.
All right.
Come on now.
What are we doing today, dude?
Well,
Come on now.
Hey, church folk. Hey, Christian folk.
come
Hey,
on.
Church of Christ folk.
on
We
now.
talk about them Baptists and them Jehovah's Witnesses.
Come on
What
now.
we doing? They go knocking on your door.
Yes, sir.
They knock on your door. They in my neighborhood on Saturdays and Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays.
right.
7 days a week it look like.
7 days a
But
week.
they walking
Yeah.
and they trying to confuse you.
Trying to bring
But what
one.
we have to do, we have to stay fast. But if you open the door and you say you're a member of the church, they start running because they know you know the truth.
That's right.
But one thing about it, I'd rather go down in the fiery furnace than
Well.
worship your God.
Amen.
Well, let me tell you, he was so evil whenever they done it, he told his soldiers, heat that furnace up 7 times what it normally is. It even burned his soldiers up.
Yes.
The ones that went to put him in the fire.
That's right.
But let me tell you something, God is a God that can change even an evil king mind like that. And
Amen.
he does it.
Yes, sir.
Sure can. He can do it.
And here we go. I think I got it. Nebuchadnezzar said, Bush, get for me, 3:19 through 30.
Yes,
And
sir.
then we can go home. I told you.
Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury,
Full of fury.
and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach,
His
and
whole
Abednego.
facial expression changed.
Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace
Yeah.
7 times more than it was wont to be heated.
Right.
Man, that means it was real hot. Just
Yes,
imagine
sir.
how hot hell gonna be if you don't get right. Just imagine how hell's gonna be if you don't get yourself together. You have to get your life together, church. These for the ones in the church and the ones that's not members of the church. If you're not a member of the church, get right.
Amen.
This is the one true church. Upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell should not prevail against it. It's one. So while we got 20,000, 20 millions now, you can't read about no other but the Church of Christ in the Bible.
Amen.
Go ahead, Brother John.
And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and
He wanted some
Abednego.
strong folks.
Yes, sir.
He wanted some folk, whenever they grab a hold to you, they gonna break you in half.
Yeah.
And to
they
cast
gonna
them in the
rough-
burning
they
fire.
gonna rush you up. Rough you up real bad. Go ahead, John.
And to cast them in the burning fiery furnace.
Uh-huh.
Then these men were bound in their coats,
Uh-huh.
their hosen, and their hats,
Uh-huh.
and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
Therefore, because the king's commandment was so urgent, and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up
He done
Shadrach,
killed-
Meshach,
he
and
done killed his
Abednego.
own men to make sure
Yes.
he burned these young boys.
Yes.
But further down up in here, King Nebuchadnezzar said, "Oh my God!" He was astonished. He walked to the mouth of the fire, the furnace, and looked. He said, "Now, counsel, did we throw 3 in?
Well, come on now.
But I see 4.
Yeah.
And one that's walking look like the Son of God.
That's
And
right.
they not, and none of them is hurt.
No.
What an astonishing thing. Because Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they believe in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Amen.
And they rather burn and perish than to, into praise, worship that idol.
That's right.
Today, church,
So,
time out for Clay.
amen.
I'm hard on my son all the time.
Yeah.
He know growing up I was hard on him. But let me tell you something. When they get to an age, you gotta let them go and bump their head on their own.
Yeah.
I got folks looking at me. I got my son looking at me. I got my daughters, all my cousins looking at me.
Yeah.
And they married, they got kids. I got JJ looking at me. He bringing his girlfriend to church.
That's all
With
right.
him. Ain't that something? He's bringing his girlfriend, Kirk, to the
That's
church
all
with
right.
him. That's a good thing. Bring a man up in here. I wasn't a member of the church. Don't let them tell you you got to bring a member of the church, because these rascals in the church better than the rascals outside.
Well,
And I'm just telling the truth. You find somebody, You bring them to church, you get them baptized, you let them hear the truth.
Amen.
Because that's what my wife does for me.
Amen.
You don't always have to find your wife in the church, ain't that right? Bring her and teach it. Bring them and teach it.
That's all right.
And it'll be all right. Because eventually, you're going to bring him in there, and he's going to be just like me. I was terrible when I was young.
Well,
No good when I was young. I'd do anything under the sun. But look at me now.
Yes, sir.
The Lord has touched me. I made a bunch of mistakes. A lot of mistakes. Growing up, coming up.
Yes, sir.
But let me tell you, how you like me now? And when I say, I got a testimony.
Yes, sir.
Because people know my past.
yeah.
You ask my wife, why did you marry her? She gonna tell you none of your business. Because whatever happened in our house, stay in our house. It's none of your business what happened.
Yes, sir.
But she took me back.
Well,
Back on Lord,
Yes, sir.
all the time. I ain't always been no perfect husband, no perfect father. But I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress.
Yes, sir.
Just pray for me.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Because one day I'm going to get there.
Yes, sir.
Because one day I want him to say, well done. Thou good and thou faithful servant. God's been faithful over a few things. Come on up and let him make you rule over me. And when you hear that, what a wonderful time it's going to be. Because I want to see those streets of gold. I want to see the walls of jasper.
yeah.
I want to drink from that fountain that never ends.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Do you want to go there this morning?
Yeah.
Do you want to go there this morning?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is holding you back from being a child of God? What is holding you back from being right in the sight of God? Time is not on our side. James say this life is just a vapor
Come on.
that appears for a little while.
Just for a little
And it's
while.
going to vanish away.
Yes, sir.
Look at my brother Brian.
Yes.
He don't mind because he called me big brother.
Yes.
Brother Brown on the oxygen tank now.
Yes.
But you know what? God gave him an oxygen tank so he can stay here with us, be an example to me.
Yes.
Well,
Tell yourself, he's struggling in the church and he's sick.
Yes, sir. Yes.
TT,
Yes.
catch the Metro bus here.
Yes, sir.
And some of us got our good limbs and we can't make it here. And him and TT make it here. What that tells us that when we don't come to church.
Good preaching.
That's crazy. Because if a sick man like Brother Brown and Sister TT can get on Metro bus and drive himself here, what's stopping you?
All right. That's right. That's right anyhow. Preach.
preaching.
Beautiful.
Lord have mercy.
Yes,
That
sir.
Brother Copeland said, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
But if you're not a member of the church, you got to hear the gospel.
Amen.
Romans 10 and 17.
Yes, sir.
You got to believe it with all your heart.
Yes.
Well,
You got to repent of your past sins. Luke
Yes.
13 and
yes, sir.
You must confess the sweetest name of mortal tongue, Jesus. Romans 10 and 10. But last but certainly not least, you must be baptized for the remission of your sins. Yes, sir.
Amen.
And you come up walking in the newness of life, a new creature.
That's right.
What's stopping you this morning, church? What's stopping you, non-members? What's stopping you? Friends and family? They're gonna be ashamed of you? But one thing about it, on that day, when you're at them gates, they can't talk up for you. They're gonna say, nigga, you know what he's gonna tell you? Depart from me, you work of iniquity. I never knew you. Because you heard the truth and you didn't obey. He that believe it, and it is, baptized shall be saved. He that believe it not shall be.
Damn.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's it.
The message is yours. I told you 11:34, we're gonna be going home. Don't y'all tell Leroy. Hey, don't tell Leroy, bro. I'm ready out here 11:35, 11:30. But we going home. The message is yours.
Hopefully they ain't watching.
The message is yours. Anyone in this condition, anyone want to be a member of the church, stand up.
Well.
The water over there is ready. I just seen Calvin Ray come in. The water is ready. Are you ready?
Well,
The water is ready. Are you ready?
come on. That's all right.
Let us all stand while we have a song.
Sweet is the song I'm singing today. Today I'm redeemed. I'm redeemed. In joy and sorrow.